remember going to school on a bus and passing several schools that I could not attend because of the color of my skin. And the bus took me to the one school in the area that provided education to African Americans. And when we hear a lot of talk today about choice, during that time there was no choice. Bethune-Cookman College represented choice for people who otherwise would not have been able to get a college education. And even though African Americans paid taxes, we were never relieved of that responsibility. And our taxes supported all of the universities in the state of Florida. There were only 4 that had doors that were open to African Americans. And certainly we know Florida A&M, which is publicly supported, but then the private institutions, Bethune-Cookman, Edward Waters, and Florida Memorial. And I have worked very hard in the legislature to have the legacy of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune recognized not only within the state but throughout the nation. The legislature voted to remove a statue of Confederate General Edmund Kirby Smith from Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C. And the Florida legislature, unlike any other legislative body in the nation, elected to be represented in Statuary Hall by an African American woman, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, representing the best of what Florida has produced. And when I say that the Florida legislature did something that no other legislative body has done, I should say on a state level, because Congress commissioned a statue of Rosa Parks, which is in Statuary Hall. But no state, other than the state of Florida, has elected and has voted to be represented in Statuary Hall by an African American woman, and that woman is Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, and we know of her dream. We know that she started this institution with $1.50 and 5 little girls. And today it is a major university after she combined her separate school with Cookman Institute, which was all boys. It became Bethune-Cookman. And we want to see that legacy continue. I am a former college professor and former college administrator before I became a legislator. And today I am most excited about what this means for the students at Bethune-Cookman University. Many of the students in our institutions have to work. They have families, they have community involvements, and we know that many times they have to stop out to work to earn the tuition for the next semester. So we're looking at gap funding, which will fill the gap for those students so that they will not have to stop out. And many times when they stop out, they drop out. So I am most excited about what this funding means for the students who will matriculate here at Bethune-Cookman University, as well as Edward Waters College and Florida Memorial. I am very proud to have been a member and continuing to be a member of the Florida Black Legislative Caucus, the 29 members from all over the state of Florida who made this appropriation request its #1 priority. And thank Senator Bracey for his leadership and Representative Federhoff for her leadership in putting forth the request for the funding, and then to have the engine of the Florida Black Legislative Caucus behind them to get it across the finish line. So I'm very pleased to be here and really congratulate the students who will benefit from this funding for our historically black colleges and universities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very hard act to follow when you follow the Dean of the House and our historian of the House, Senator